Yes, we do. We have people that are in the industry of nail care, beauty salons that do offer services. We'll do an updo. We'll meet with them beforehand and practice, see what the updo looks like, and then on the day of, they will volunteer their services to do an updo. We also have a woman who is a seamstress, and she used to own a wedding shop. She is key. Kristen is key. And
now I am coming.
Yeah, she met with girls. I had a list of names for her. She happened to be in Italy on the last event, but she was back right after it. And she took the list of names, started calling all these girls, and she took care of all their dresses, so they had the perfect fit. So we do have others volunteering their time to make these girls beautiful.
Fabulous, fabulous. Maybe you can join in with something with
that
your yoga
wonderful.
studio or your hairdressing.
I think JSB needs to do a social
at
her studio
definitely.
With a yoga class.
Have space.
Now I have to get on the treadmill and do yoga. I'm very inspired.
I'll do chair yoga. You girls do regular yoga. I got to do chair yoga. I can't do the knee thing. Listen, I would like to also ask you about your outdoor yoga group yoga lessons celebrating the environment. Tell us about it and when and where is it?
Well, the last thing, we had a green convention, and unfortunately we got us all set up for the outdoor thing, and it absolutely poured. So, yeah, and there was no other ulterior plans. We did not have a plan B in space for us to go inside. But we do one thing with the studio. There's an outdoor area that the landlord has talked about, possibly making it a balcony, because I love to do, and we're right on the river. So when you stand up and look outside, it's like the river flows underneath the studio.
Wow!
It's absolutely stunning.
Plus, you could do a sunrise. When the seasons change, equinox and all that, you could do a sunrise service.
Absolutely.
I went to one on at Hyde Park in downtown, in Chicago. 55th and the lake there at the Point by Museum of Science Industry.
It's beautiful.
And I was invited to a event like this, but it was for sunrise, and everybody thought I was nuts getting up at 4 in the morning, but it was just astonishing.
It is beautiful.
What now maybe that's something the Junior Service Board would want to get in, because it's so hyper special, ultra special. Do you know what I mean? Annie, any parting words for the wives, for our people out there who want to get into Pilates and yoga but don't know where to start?
Well, just do it. I'm easily contacted through Facebook, so Annie's Hometown Fitness or Annie Craig, and you can contact me for any questions that you have. Look for someone who's certified. Okay?
Absolutely.
Make sure you see that piece of paper, and just get started. Just get started.
Just jump in and tell them, look, I'm a beginner, I never did this before, my core needs, I need to be straighter, this, that, the other thing, I have issues.
Exactly. Don't wait, just do it. Find who you need to find, and then just do it, and contact me if you need.
Listen, what's the one thing that you love to eat most when nobody's looking?
Oh, I'm a salt girl.
Salt?
I am a salt girl. So I'm going to say
pretzels?
Pretzels. The big fat sourdough hot pretzels.
Okay, Belgium's Biggest Losers. We're counting carbohydrates. How many carbs in a big fat pretzel?
30, 35.
You sure? That's a whole day's allotment for somebody trying to lose lbs. How about you,
French
Elizabeth?
fries.
French fries.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love
The
French
cheerleader
fries
loves
too.
French fries.
I love French fries too.
Old habits.
And I don't even have to order them. I just eat all my kids' leftovers.
And how about Deirdre?
Little Debbie Swiss rolls.
Oh.
I have to unroll
Shoot
them.
me.
I have a whole regime on eating them, but it's only maybe 3 times a year.
Are those like ho-hos?
Yeah, they're like ho-hos, but they're just tastier.
Creamier.
And they're covered in chocolate?
Yeah, they're covered in chocolate, and then they have this creamy white filling that just
Jesus.
goes around the chocolate cake.
Oh my God! You should. Are you getting her face? I mean, look at her. She's in heaven talking about this stuff. She's a girl after my own heart. Except I don't look like that. Okay, what person would you most love to meet, living or dead?
Me.
You, Annie Craig.
That's a good question. That really is a good question. I think probably because I was a gymnast growing up, and I am older.
Baby boomers. These are boomer babes, kids.
I always loved Olga Corbett, and I might have to say,
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool for you. How about Elizabeth?
Ooh, I'm gonna
Pass?
stereotype myself here. Sarah Palin.
No kidding.
Absolutely. I would love to sit down and talk to her.
No kidding.
Yep.
Have
That's
tea with her.
Interesting.
I would love to have tea with her.
That's interesting. And how about Deirdre?
I love to meet Will Ferrell because I look at him and he makes me laugh, and I've done some improv myself, so he just makes me laugh, and I would just love to sit down and talk and just rap with him.
How fun
She's
is
done some
that?
television commercials too, haven't you? Deirdre?
I have, but if you have to be up at 3 in the morning, you
Good
were
enough.
up. Maybe you saw it on your sunrise, thing when you're up at 4. Yeah. So I'm getting back into that. I had to take a little time off. Children were growing and they needed me.
Back in the
you know.
commercials?
Back
How
into the
fun.
biz. Yeah.
Wow, that's
So,
terrific. What person would you most like to sit next to for dinner?
Yeah. Ooh, anyone that's eating something that I really like.
How about Annie?
Oh, Anthony Bourdain.
No kidding! Okay, girlfriend.
Love him.
I do too.
Love him.
I do too.
Yeah.
I when I was recovering from some surgery, he happened to be on, and it was in December, and it was evidently a 2-week extravaganza of back to back to back to back to back Anthony
A
Bourdain.
marathon.
And I
A
have never
Bourdain
seen him before,
marathon.
and I'll tell you what, he got me through a rehab.
Awesome.
He got me through rehab. How about you?
Jeff Myers.
Hey!
Yay! Oh my God! That is astonishing. I have something, one last thing I want to talk about calories. I know a nutritionist who says a calorie is a calorie is a calorie, and I say except when it's a carbohydrate. Because for us carb counters, I never counted calories, as we know, to lose any of the lbs. I'm so carb sensitive. But calories, here's what a calorie is. Somebody sent me this. Calories are those little suckers that sneak into your closet at night and constantly sew your clothes tighter and tighter. So my closet used to be filled with these little devils, but no more, and I will show you how to get rid of them for good if you come join us tonight at EBL3. I always work it in, don't I? Listen, if we're running out of time here, we'd like to thank everyone for being with us today. My gang, Jeff, Mike, and Darlene, and thanks to our very, very special guests, Deirdre Higgins-White and Elizabeth McCoy from Elgin's Junior Service Board. It has been a real pleasure because I didn't know what you did.
That's our pleasure to be
Well,
here.
thank you, Laura.
Thank
yeah,
you.
we love being here.
I'd love for you to come back and please put me on the list for Fairy Godmother
Will
of
do.
the Cinderella thing.
Absolutely.
And
And
Follies.
Follies 25.
Follies 2012. When do you start
Follies.
planning that?
Right now.
Now.
Seriously? Okay. And I also want to thank Annie Craig of Annie's Hometown Fitness, and thank you all for being here with us today. And hey, Amos, we love you, and happy birthday, pal. And to all my wonderful Elgin's Biggest Losers, past, present, and future, you know to give it all you've got. And a very special reminder, EBL3 Wednesday night weigh-in is tonight from 5 to 6 p.m. and 6 to 7 is motivation. And go to elginsbiggestloser.com for more info. And next week's guests are, well, it's a surprise again. You know me. We'll come up with somebody cool before next week. But in an upcoming edition of the Laura Dion-Jones Show, Mary Pettinato, Executive Director of Honor Flight Chicago, will be here to tell us about the last 2 honor flights to Washington, D.C. for this year, and for the veterans, and how you can volunteer to be an individual escort for the day for one of these incredible heroes. And as usual, we'll have some other interesting surprises in store for you. And one of the things that was so special about meeting Gorton and Dot Schnelly this past Sunday was that Gorton he's an ex-Marine. Well, not an ex-Marine, he's a Marine. Once
He's
a Marine, always
He
a
is,
Marine.
Absolutely.
And he was on the very first honor flight.
Yes.
So it was
yes.
so serendipitous sitting next to them, you can't even imagine. And I told him I have this going, he's going to come on the show when Mary comes on. But anyway,
He served during World War II at Iwo Jima.
he told me he was
Yeah.
one of 17 to leave out of his whole group to leave the island alive. But anyway, when he comes on, he's got a lot of interesting stuff to tell us. But today his show has been thankfully brought to you by
Allen and Son Seal Coating, 847-980-6914. You'll be golfing tomorrow because the Y is right there. That should be fun in Algonquin. 888-7410 for that. And let's say hello, of course, to Dr. Claire Elias and the great work that she always done. You can call her at 847-888-9988.
And
Louise and Tommy Lasorda, happy birthday.
happy birthday, Tommy Lasorda.
From Big Red.
From Big Red. Remember the day. And thanks to Salon Couture for some of the best hair in town and snobhounds.com. Again, think Nike meets Donna Karen, but for canines. Thanks again, Casey, for making this show possible. Every day is a new beginning. Make the most of it. We love you. See you next week. Same time, same station. Thanks for listening. Go Elgin's Biggest Losers and always dream bigger. And let's work to end all wars. Thanks, kids.